Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel and the 5 films in 5 months challenge. For those of you who have stumbled across this video and have no idea what I'm talking about, I recommend you watch the video beforehand that explains everything. But the footnotes are, I've got 5 months to shoot 5 short films, all inspired by Hollywood classics and their corresponding directors. The first film is Alien, shot by Ridley Scott in 1979, and the subject for today's video is costume. So the costume in the original film I felt really reflected the mood and the atmosphere and the setting that the film was set in. Being based on the mining ship the Nostromo, the crew are effectively industrial workers, simple overalls and practical equipment, and I wanted my costume to sort of reflect that practicality. So, pray observe the fit. That's what all the kids say nowadays, right? Oh, Christ, I'm old. The approach I took for this costume was effectively logic, or as logical as I could make it, whilst also keeping a degree of sci-fi sort of mixed in. For example, the hooded jacket, which is simple but has a slight sort of obscurity to it with the deep pockets and kind of quite coarse material that it's made out of. The trousers being cargo trousers with cinched bottoms, and of course combat boots, which are good, effective for any environment. And then I've thought of ways to try and spice it up a bit, and I thought, well, a worker would have a cap, right? So caps and gloves seem to be the most obvious next step. And I know the gloves are a little bit interesting. They're effectively driving gloves from the 1970s. They're sort of kind of open-backed with leather hand pieces, but I don't know, there was something about them that I just really liked. They had a cool sci-fi vibe. The gloves in this regard are something I'm sort of toying with as a little homage to that, plus a little extra splash of white colours goes a long way. So for the longest of time, probably since I first sort of came up with this idea for this shoot, I've wanted my character to have something on him, some extra piece of equipment to immediately sort of kind of solidify this idea that he is in an abnormal situation, that there is something sci-fi going on. So I was trying to think of what to do. I went through a number of ideas and I settled upon a breathing apparatus, or some sort of kind of mask-based thing that's sort of keeping, that's kind of reusing the oxygen in the air to effectively sort of keep him alive or keep him away from some sort of contaminant. I took inspiration from this idea from a number of sources, less so from Alien, oddly enough. There are examples of technical equipment, but the closest thing to that is the spacesuit that they use when they're exploring the alien ship. And it's a full suit in itself. It felt a bit too much for what I wanted, so I turned to Star Wars. There's a number of uniforms and sort of suits in that which have these sort of kind of mechanical electrical rigs on them, presumably for self-preservation, and so I kind of actually ended up drawing quite a lot of inspiration from that. This is the bit where I probably cut to me showing you me making it, however I've already made it. I got really hyper-focused on it and just made it. So yeah, but it's done and it looks alright. It's okay. It's got lights, there's a little fan that goes round on it, and I'm hoping with everything else, all the atmosphere and everything, it will work, do its job. I pray. And that is about it for this week. Sorry, I know it was another short, not very interesting one, but we've got to go through the motions. Costume is pretty close to completion. There's set to work on. There's lots to come, which I think will be very interesting and much more, well, energetic to look at. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Yeah. Bye.